Let's check in with Kevin Lee. Kev?
Marco Andretti has a problem. I'm hearing the car is stuck in first gear, and they're set up to come in and pit here right off the bat. In fact, Andretti is in, so more troubles for Marco Andretti, who has had good pace so far all spring, but has not been able to get a result yet. And that debris forced a wing change, and actually Ed Jones has already pitted 3 times. He came in there in the opening lap to change the front wing, then he came in and topped off under the caution, and he just pitted the same time that Alexander Rossi did a couple of laps ago, which was along with their regular strategy. Try to come in early, hoping there's a caution at some point to cycle up to the front of the field because they feel the car is pretty good. Now his teammate Sebastian Bourdais, he didn't seem very optimistic before the race. He said, we just can't get it a turn. He was told a few laps in, you're turning really good laps. And Sebastian, who sometimes can be a bit pessimistic, said it is a completely different race car, and he's picked up a couple of spots in this race. Newgarden making his first stop, and then a little further back you can see Tony Kanaan as well. Kanaan is going to take a little bit of front wing. That's a really good stop for Joseph Newgarden. And new colors, the 2 car is away, Marty. And remember, last year after Will Power missed the first race, he had a lot of work to do to get back in the championship. He's actually further back in the championship in the standings and the points significantly than this time last year after 2 stops. Great race car this weekend. Power is at it for stop number 1, Katie. Tony Kanaan's having a nice run today. He's worked his way up to 7th, and he wasn't real sure what he had as we continue to keep an eye on that race on track. Good stop, sticker reds for Tony Kanaan, Marty. And he is going to the primary Firestone, so that means he still has a set of sticker reds if he wants them for the last stint. But I know Will Power has already said, I want black primaries for the last stint. Marty? And as we heard, he does want the blacks for the final stint. So this is his set of sticker reds and Sunoco fuel for Will Power. He came in with more than a 4-second lead. We'll see how it cycles back out. Power is on the way, Marty.
Let's go through the field and let's kick it off with Kevin Lee. Kev?
Well, the pole sitter Will Power has been dominating this race, and he's trying to fight his way back in the championship, but thinking only one race at a time. In fact, he just wants to see a finish without a problem. Going back to the last 2 last year, the first 2 this year, Power is on a roll, but Joseph Newgarden might have something for him, running in second. The new look this weekend for Newgarden, and this final stint can be good because Newgarden and Power are going to be on different tires. Newgarden will be on sticker reds most likely. We know Will Power is going to be on blacks, Marty. Marty, everyone's moved up a spot. Tony Kanaan, there we see the NTT data car, is now in 8th position because Mikhail Loshin just pitted a moment ago. It's been a good day for Kanaan. He wasn't sure what he was going to have, and he said from starting 10th, you know what, if we get top 8, unless something weird happens, that's a pretty good day, so he's on pace for that. Sebastian Bourdais, we will see behind him for Dale Coyne Racing. Bourdais was one of those also that wasn't real optimistic about what he had, but he's liked the car so far today, and he's in position for another top 10 in this one after being 1st and 2nd in the first 2 races, Katie. Back at Barber Motorsports Park as we head down to the final round of pit stops with Will Power leading his Team Penske teammate Joseph Newgarden, and then Scott Dixon we see there in 3rd. Tim Cindric calls strategy for Joseph Newgarden. You're one of the few that has a set of sticker reds, but I'm hearing some want the blacks. What do you think you'll do on the final stop for Newgarden?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if too many people went to reds just because you're probably going to have to run a full stint here. So I'm thinking it's just going to be a shootout in the pits, and I think it'll be black to the end for everybody, but we'll see what happens.
So if your 2 guys from Team Penske are fighting it out for the end, what do you tell them?
That's a good situation to be in, but the other guy's right there.
Tim Cindric, president of Team Penske. Round of stop is going to decide the race. The leader, Will Power, hits first. Joseph Newgarden is right in front of him. We'll see how they come out. Power will beat him out. Who's going to win a race up pit road, Marty?
Kev, what's going on?
They've been debating whether he has a left rear puncture. John Boslog on the stand said our telemetry shows you've got a problem. Will hadn't noticed at this point. They've put tires over the wall, planned on pitting. They've taken them back. They keep going back and forth, but they are poised and ready, and now they're taking the tires back over the wall. For the moment, Will Power is going to stay back out, and he's going to assume the lead as Charlie Kimball pits. And keep in mind, the last 4 races, something has happened that kept Will Power from getting a result. Contacts, mechanical issues. This time it's a puncture that takes him away from what seemed to be a sure win. Now Will Power is going to be mired mid-pack.
Let's get an update from Team Penske. Here's Kevin Lee.
Well, there was a lot of debating whether to pit or not, and the telemetry was saying 12 PSI, and after they come in and make the change. They did find out that that's ultimately what the problem was. It was going to go down. There was still air in it, but that's just a little more than half of what it should be. So Firestone said, yep, that was eventually going to go. You made the right call. He would not have made it to the end.
Come on, Kev, get that gorilla grip on there and show us how flat it is exactly.
Okay, grip that ball like
you're going to need Shaq. You're going to need Shaq to palm that.
Patriots
they've
football.
actually already let the air out of it, so that wouldn't be fair. Joseph Newgarden has been reminded, defend if you need to, hang on to that position. And then meanwhile, a little further back, we haven't talked about him for a while. He's running in 8th position. That's Sebastian Bourdais. He is the championship leader coming in after finishing 1st and 2nd. When you talk to Sebastian and when you talk to the engineer Craig Hampson, they say, no, we don't think we're really legitimate championship contenders. Let's be honest, because when we get to the super speedways and the big track, they're just going to blow us away. But this is the type of day with an 8th place finish when they didn't think they had a very good car. That's a bit of a championship drive as he works on Tony Kanaan for potentially another position. 8th place, hanging on the points lead. This is going to be a good day for Bourdais, Marty. It took 4 years for win number 1. It happened here 2 years ago. It just 3 races to get number 1 for Team Penske. Joseph Newgarden celebrating with his new team. The closest race to his home near Nashville, Tennessee. You are a winner for Team Penske. What does that mean to you?
Well, it's great. You know, I mean, ever since I joined this team, I've felt just this awesome energy with this group. And to be with the 2-car guys is awesome. They work so hard on these race cars at Team Penske. But it's a group effort. You know, all these guys on all 4 cars, they're working together. And it's really cool to have Fitzgerald on the car this weekend. They're obviously going to be the sponsor for Juan Pablo at the Indy 500. So it's a big deal bringing these guys on. They sell awesome trucks. I want to thank Chevy, too. It was awesome today. I had the fuel mileage I needed. I had the power, the reliability, the whole deal. So thank you, Chevrolet. And also Verizon. Verizon's always hooking us up. They give us the best technology in these cars. So thank you, guys. I love this. It's awesome.
You were chasing your teammate, Will Power. What were you thinking when you see him peel off?
Well, you know, first off, it's tough to see that because, you know, no one ever wants to deal with that. It kind of goes and comes, right? In racing, you get the breaks and sometimes you don't. And I think it was shaping up to be a really great battle for me, Dixon, and Will. And it ended up just being between Dixon and me. So I feel bad for Will. I wish he could have been in that with us. But, you know, sometimes that's the way it rolls. And today it rolled right for us on the 2-car, and we'll try and keep this momentum and keep going strong in the future. Might
you have had anything for him?
You know, I think we had something for him. There's no predicting how it would have gone. If he would have stayed out and been fine, you know, maybe I wouldn't have gotten him and Will would have been in victory lane. He was certainly very fast and very capable today. So you can't take that away from him. It's a woulda, coulda, shoulda thing. But, you know, I'm happy it worked out the way it did. This is a good one to have. I think we earned it. This is a great car this weekend. We were on it. The whole team's been on it. So I'm happy that Team Penske got a victory, and we'll go to the next one and try and do it again.
He said it would be a process, and they weren't fully assimilated yet, but he's already a winner with Team Penske. Joseph Newgarden wins near home, Marty.